back. It's still Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station. So we will take calls. I'll say that we will take calls right away. If you call us, we will take the calls. But the issue that we want to quickly look at is the Commissioner of Public Works and Infrastructure, Daud Shangodoi, disclosed that the council in Oyo State recently approved 1.2 billion naira to construct a new governor's lodge at number 2 John Kadia Close, Asokoro, Abuja. The government at an executive council approved 1.2 billion to construct that new lodge in Abuja for the incumbent and successive governors. They called it Legacy Project. Michael, what is wrong with a legacy project?
Okay, nothing is wrong with a legacy project, really. But, you know, the question you ask yourself is, we had a governor's lodge. Was it not a legacy project? Why?
Mr. Chokujoyin said that old lodge was no longer fit for the governor's use.
Oh, wow. So 1.2 billion naira is a fitting, gift. Well, maybe you say it's not a gift in real terms of gift, but
it's not for him.
To pull
it's
down
the governor for your state.
I understand what you're talking about.
It's not for Sheyi Makinde.
So why are we not pulling down the schools that have no roof and rebuilding others? Why are we not doing that? The United Kingdom had to wait for about 80 years to reconstruct the Wembley Stadium. So yes, and then they built a Millennium Stadium to really commemorate their passage into the millennium. That's a legacy project, isn't it? It was not at the expense of the people. So when you are talking about a legacy project, you see, does the governor live in Abuja? No. Peter Obi said it now, that they just go for a meeting and then come back. What are they doing in Abuja?
This new lodge will provide apartment for the governor, deputy governor, Charlie, fittings and furniture, which will be of modern type.
Oh, so there are no... The governor is going for a FEC meeting. By the way, what are they going for a FEC meeting for? When
you have been angry with FEC meeting.
Yes,
anyway.
I thought that they were not doing FEC meeting during the COVID lockdown. Were they not? So
virtual FEC meeting.
So why do they need money to hire private jets to travel to Abuja to sit for a meeting of 3-4 hours and then stay for 5 days? What are they doing in Abuja really when they are supposed to be governing their states? You see, it's just a profligate state. That's just it. We're just exercising, we're just enjoying vanity when there's no money. Okay, so the NNPC has just announced that there's no money to remit to FAC. So how are they going to be able to... The government said that they're very careful. Oyo State government said that it's alternative funding. Whether it is alternative funding or not, it is still a debt that you have to pay. So some people have volunteered to put their money down to help you to build and get the money back at a later time. But it's still a debt that you have to pay. 1.2 billion naira would have given us standard classrooms, would have given us desks and chairs. See, a lot of schools in Oyo State where they sit on the floor. It's standard.
I've been mentioning one, and yes. I hope they will do something about Oluyole Estate Grammar School.
Yes, so 1.2 billion would have done that.
Estate, Ibadan,
so you begin to see the system that we run in this country. Of course, it's not just Oyo State. I remember it was Zamfara also that built an ultramodern governor's lodge in Abuja recently as well. It generated uproar on Twitter, and you begin to ask the question, does the governor not live in the state where he governs? What is the governor doing in Abuja beyond 24 hours?
Tunde Onokoya. Why do the elites, the ruling class, love to pamper themselves at the expense of the people? Why?
Supposed to be governing their states. You see,
what is special about Oluyole when you emphasize Oluyole Grammar School inside Oluyole? What's special about it? By virtue of the way we run things in this country. When schools were built, it was built for whatever community they were situated in.
So the community should...
No, that's not where I'm coming from. How many people that live in Oluyole do their children go to Oluyole Grammar School today?
But they have stewards, they have servants, they have people who are working for them, whose children are going to the school.
That's what you assume, okay? Because I live in Bodija, for example, and I see almost everybody around Bodija carrying their children out of Bodija in the morning to the schools where their children go. And then you find children from other areas trekking towards the school inside Bodija. If you don't see the irony of that, it means that we have chosen to be blind. But you see, this governor's lodge in Abuja and all of that. You see, the elite that we have in Nigeria have become so insensitive. Beyond being insensitive, they have become numb, totally numb to reality. The governor doesn't stay in Abuja. The deputy governor doesn't stay in Abuja. But they want to have lodges in Abuja so that when they go there, they can be comfortable in Abuja. When is there a plan to also demolish government house in Agodi? Because I'm sure that's where the governor stays more. Is there a plan to do that so that we can build an ultra-modern one for them as well? Or is it just that the assumption is that the moment you are elected into public office in Nigeria, all resources of the state should be dedicated to making you comfortable, and comfortable by your own standards?
When you're supposed to be working.
Does the state not have a standard of comfort that it intends to give its public officials? Is there a policy to that effect? Now, if there is none, it is totally at the discretion of the governor to determine how comfortable he chooses to be, because we have chosen to make him the governor. The same thing happens at the presidency. Why is the president even the one allocating the amount of money he wants to spend eating? Are we not supposed to be the one to say this is how much you want to spend feeding you in a month?
Or that we pay you salary, so feed yourself.
We pay you salary, feed yourself.
Yes.
Are we not the one that will say that
you.
are supposed to say, you know what, we have put you in office and this is the vehicle we are going to give you to use? Why are you the one determining the vehicle you want to buy? And then you will go and ask for appropriation for it and it is given to you. This person, that is whoever Messrs, whatever it is name they choose to call it, that has chosen to allow, to give concession to the state government in terms of we will build and you will pay later. If they're into construction, can they not construct classes under the same arrangement? Can they not make furniture under the same arrangement?
Hospitals?
Can they not give hospitals and hospital equipment under the same arrangement? Maybe it is we'll do now, you pay later. And let us see, if we're going to incur debt, let us incur debt for things that make sense.
Today, Olawuwo.
You see, one of the things that I generally like to checkmate in myself personally is that you need to, as a human being, living in a country like Nigeria where, poverty is heavy and you can see it, moving around you, you need to control your appetite. Because that is the only way you can stay alive to what is happening to other people. When you become too comfortable, you start to live in your own world, the artificial world that you have created for yourself. And that is what I see here. You see, our leaders, they operate within a cocoon. Immediately they get elected or appointed, they stop listening to the people. They start to listen to their aides.
Their people.
Their appointees. Their people.
Their people.
Their party people, their personal people, the cabals around them. And trust me, one of the most effective ways, to stay relevant in a circle, in a political circle, is tell the leader what he or she wants to hear. There is no better or stronger way to guarantee your relevance.
If you can tell him what he wants to hear.
Yes.
Sycophancy.
This is a clear example of that. I am very sure that if the government of Oyo State today decides to run a poll, just a simple poll, it doesn't even have to be a statewide poll. Just pick one local government in Oyo State. Randomly ask people. Maybe every 5 persons you meet, you ask, are you okay with this? Are you okay with this? It is going to be an overwhelming no. 1.2 billion naira is a lot of money for a country and a country like Nigeria and a state like Oyo State. You've talked about, the number of things that we have left to decay. We'll talk about schools. We'll talk about hospitals, especially one of the things I do these days is that I take my time to go to the primary health care centers in the rural areas, because those are the first, point of call for anybody. Oh, my child is vomiting. Oh, I have this injury. You need to go to these places and see the state. Some of them are without roofs. Some of them without no access to power. Yet they are supposed to be health centers. We are living, when we talk about ultra modern, how old is Abuja in itself? Abuja became the capital of Nigeria in 1991.
Yeah.
So
whatever was built there.
Yes.
Whatever was built
Could have been earlier.
So when we say, it's not like it was built in 1865 or something like that.
When did we build the secretariat?
But you see, we just feel like
I love that. So what is modern right now? I mean, after how many years we just started?
The secretariat was built in the Western region days.
we still do Thanksgiving for buying 1998 cars.
We do.
98 is new.
We do. Today, Olokoya can tell you that we do.
96.
He knows what the. I mean, you know. So.
Camry or Robo. 96.
So this is a vanity project that I believe has not been well thought out and goes totally against the reality of our people right now.
Now, you know why I brought up this issue?
It was an IGR. I'm just asking.
I'll get that for you. I mean, Tunde has already told us that it's around
between 2.8 and 3 billion.
So we're going to spend half of it to build a new governor's lodge.
Just for 1 month.
It's the governor's lodge, you know.
It is. I told you, and it's ultra modern.
It's not ultra modern.
But this
state of the art.
Yeah, but this story is what I want us to quickly make comment about. Then we take some calls. Harsher time beckon this day as NNPC wants no FAC remittance for May. The 3 tiers of government, federal, state, and local government, are in for tough times next month as they may get less from the federation account. No thanks to the huge payment the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation NNPC will have to make for subsidy on petrol. I guess they're bringing this home to us to show us why all of us should say no to subsidy, that we are willing to pay 300 naira for a liter or 250 naira for a liter or something. Because now NNPC is saying it's not going to have anything to give us for FAC allocation. So how would we pay salaries next month?
Salary. I didn't.
You see, when they talk about subsidies, they make us feel bad.
Yes.
They are subsidizing our consumption.
Yes.
We are the ones
subsidizing them.
Their inefficiency.
Exactly. Yeah, nothing to add.
Because we are not to blame for the fact that our refineries are not working.
We are not to blame for the fact that they don't know what they are doing.
And somebody on Facebook is telling us that God will continue to enrich. His name is Akinola. God will continue to enrich those analyses in the House. Governor's Lodge at this period with such outrageous amount. This is part of excessive waste that we are talking about in governance. Don't forget that AWU funds will soon be over with the current analogy of the NNPC's boss. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's take a break and come back in a moment.
Bọ̀lì àǹtí, ìyá bọ̀lì ètò, ìyá bọ̀lì tèmi nìkan ṣoṣo. Pásá mi pa. Wetin you want? Abeg, when you go market, I really need more Maggi chicken. Maggi chicken gangan ni o.
Ewo tún ni Maggi chicken gangan?
Na the real Maggi chicken, Maggi ẹlẹ́dìyẹ. If you no sabi the difference, make I tell you. Dem write Maggi chicken flavour seasoning on top the bag. Maggi chicken flavour, e dey give food ogbonge taste, colour and aroma wey go totori you. O ṣá mọ̀ pé ẹnu tèmi dùn.
O ṣé, ìyá Risi of life.
Yes, ke. When asking for seasoning, ask for the real Maggi chicken flavour. Maggi chicken flavour gangan ní kẹ́ bèrè fún. Pẹ̀lú Maggi, ẹ ṣe oúnjẹ tó dá yàtọ̀.
Skylink Recruitment Services is here again with a wonderful opportunity for anyone who wants to study abroad, especially in the Caribbean country. The Caribbean country is between USA and Canada. Courses available are medicine, nursing, cybersecurity engineering, and accounting. Benefits of this opportunity are zero deposit, easy education system, affordable tuition fees. Students can also easily travel on visitation to Canada, USA, and United Kingdom without any restrictions. Their 2-year clinical rotation can be done anywhere in the world, and students can also work in any of these countries after graduation. We officially represent 2 universities for these programs, All Saints University and American University of St. Vincent. To get more information and register, visit us at S7/594 opposite Well Drop Filling Station, Orita Challenge Road, Ibadan, or contact us on 0903-566-4201 or 0708-720-3278. Skylink Recruitment Services. Studying abroad made easy.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ojúlówó Nasco cornflakes kún fún èròjà tí ń ṣara lóore tó dára nítorí wípé Old Flaked cornflakes náà ni. Old Flaked cornflakes ní apilẹ̀ṣe ní ìlànà tí gbogbo èròjà ṣara lóore inú rẹ̀ ò fi lè yingin. Oúnjẹ aṣara lóore ni, adùn inú rẹ̀ afẹnuwó, ó sì dára fún gbogbo ẹbí. Nítorí náà, tí àtijẹ cornflakes bá dé, rí i dájú pé Old Flaked Nasco cornflakes ló yàn láàyò. Oúnjẹ aládùn tó dára ní gbogbo ìgbà.
Maka, if I say something they worry this on the generator. Not be yesterday on a service am.
See Akpan, I don't tire. And na 10,000 naira give am. Small time now. The thing go pafuke again.
If to say you increase that 10,000 naira for your FCMB account for 30 days, you for don't qualify to join the 10 people who go win 1 million naira each inside the FCMB Millionaire promo. Well, the promo now from April to September 2021, so opportunities still day. Other plenty cash prizes save day like 25,000 naira, 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira. The FCMB Millionaire promo now for all the new customers. So make you go save sharp because anything feel possible. FCMB, my bank and I.
Charles!
Yes, mommy?
Go and bring 2 sachets of hypo bleach for me.
Why 2?
Because I'm using 1 to soak the whites and using 1 to kill all the germs.
But I can't see any germs here.
They are so tiny you can't see them. But they are there. And that is why I trust only hypo bleach to kill them all.
Make your white fabrics whiter and your household free of illness causing germs and viruses with the disinfecting power of hypo bleach.
There is something every woman gets when they become mothers. It's like a 6th sense, and it stays with them forever. It doesn't matter where she is or what she's doing. Kai, a mother always knows when all is not well.
Hurry up, abeg, make I dey go. My pikin dey cry for house.
She knows when her family is in pain. She feels their aches, maybe even more than they do.
Madam, calm down now. Now baby dey collect immunization. Now you con dey cry.
And she knows better than to allow red moments linger.
Mommy, my head hurts.
Oh, sweetie, my body aches all over. Quickly, she does what needs to be done with fast-acting and effective M&B paracetamol tablet, the red one, and its pleasant-tasting pineapple flavor syrup for children. She sends aches and pains far away from her family. Mothers who know trust May and Baker for its over 70 years of quality experience. Give aches and pain the red card with M&B paracetamol. If symptoms persist after 2 days, please consult your doctor. M&B paracetamol. Pain can't stop you.
Young brains are constantly buzzing with important questions like,
why does Mother Denali know so much? Why is Mira so good at solving crimes? Why do Lex and her friends need a side hustle? Why is Elliot in space? Why are Darwin and Newt so clever?
Luckily, GoTV has all the answers on our fun and educational kids channels like PBS Kids, Disney Junior, Nickelodeon, Da Vinci, and Cartoon Network. So get GoTV today to keep your little one's brain entertained all day long. GoTV. Love it.
Next time you're shopping for quality margarine, choose the one that's perfect for so many types of meals and has great value too. Choose Devon King's Margarine. Devon King's Margarine is available in stores and retail outlets near you. Choose unbeatable value. Choose Devon King's Margarine.
At Splash FM, we believe that the business of broadcasting in today's society should not only be about information dissemination, but ultimately about the quality of those who do the job. Our next agenda is to restore and consolidate the integrity of broadcasting, to train, to equip, and to mentor the next generation in the art and science of broadcasting, leveraging over a decade of excellence in the industry. Anticipate. It's game night at the Bensons and everyone's having fun. Then, this.
Hey, son, what's the matter? You too? No way.
Don't let coughs and the common cold ruin your fun time. Tuxil range of uniquely formulated day and night syrups provides effective relief from cough and cold. Product may cause drowsiness. Tuxil, the job gets done when the cough is gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
Iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná a máa fúnni ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ a sì máa mú ìdẹ̀rùn wá láti wá dènà ìjàmbá iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná. Ojúlówó wáyà tàbí kébù ló yẹ ká fi fa iná nínú ilé, lọ́fíìsì àti nínú ìlú. Purochem wires and cables ní àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ mọ̀nàmọ́ná àti àwọn agbaṣẹ́ṣe yàn láàyò. Ojúlówó ni, kì í bó lára, kò kì í jóná àbáàdì, kì í kán sínú, ó sì fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Ìdí nìyí tí Standard Organization of Nigeria fi fòǹtẹ̀tẹ̀ tí Nigeria Electrical Contractors náà fi dìbò fún. Bí copper cable ṣe wà ní aluminium cable ń bẹ nípele lówó tí kò gún pa. Purochem wires and cables tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Kaman ló ṣe ojúlówó wires and cable jáde. Olú ilé-iṣẹ́ Purochem wires and cables limited wà ní Afrins compound 4th gate number 122/132 Oṣòdì Apapa expressway Ìyànà Ìsọlọ̀ bus stop Lagos. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní 080-803-03257. Purochem wires and cables. Ìrọ̀rùn fi iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná.
Expressions without words won't have it any other way. Moments will feel joy. Been lost in the moment, the freedom. You will find that's what's celebrating. Bring your moments alive. Find your satisfaction in the nourishing, trendy, sparkling. Let's celebrate a little way, making big differences. In the nourishing, trendy, sparkling.
Enjoy in red grape, white grape, peach variants. Valletta sparkling fruit drink. Celebrate every moment. Another premium product from Intercontinental Distillers Limited.
Na gode ranka ya daɗe. Allah ya saka da alkhairi.
Babu damuwa abokina. Wannan ai ba komai bane.
Baba, me yasa kake raba wa al'umma kyauta a lokacin Ramadan?
Mahaifina ya taba faɗa min kuma ni ma zan shaida maka. Kyauta ginshiƙin rayuwa ce. Kai kyautar wani abu kullum komai kankantar sa. Don haka ka zama mai kyautatawa wasu kamar yadda kai ma ake alfahari a gare ka.
Shi yasa ka sayi sabon paketin Indomie na farin cikin fara azumin watan Ramadan?
Tare da sabon paketin Indomie din zan iya raba wa al'ummar da ke kusa da ni a wannan lokaci na Ramadan.
Shin zan iya raba tawa taliyar ta Indomie da makotanmu masu bukata?
Tabbas
zaka iya. Kasance mai muraggara basar kyautatawa cikin watan azumin Ramadan da taliyar Indomie. Taliyar Indomie abinci mai ɗanɗano wanda ya dace da ku.
Our in-laws, we greet you now.
Thank you, sir.
Before we bring our daughter, make we confirm the item where you bring, whether they complete. Bread price. 42 tubers of yam. 42 kola nut, alligator pepper, and 1 big bottle of palm wine.
Complete. Wait, 42 packs of pregnant care.
Pregnant care? Our wife no get belly now.
Pregnant care get good amounts of essential nutrients where the body need when a woman they plan to get belly.
It help in development of hormone baby.
If you self, it help clear out the stretch mark wey dey for body after delivery. Another type self dey for women wey dey breastfeed. You see this our data na pregnant care pikin.
In fact, bring 100 cartons of pregnant care. Our pikin must find.
Scratch the side of pregnant care pack
for proof of authenticity.
It is available in pharmacies near you.
Now, Made I Pharmaceutical Limited, the distributor.
The Nigerian Medical Association endorse am.
Àti dé òpin ìdíje àṣẹ yìí ọlọ́wọ́ ṣíbí tó gbajúmọ̀ kárí ayé ni yóò jẹ́rìí sí oúnjẹ tó dára jùlọ.
Ó ti fún ṣẹ́jú jẹ́ wá yìí tàbí yóò wí pé gbégbá orókè.
Àmì ni o gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́wọ́ ṣíbí wọ̀nyí ló gbégbá orókè.
Ibikíbi tó lè wà tàbí irúfẹ́ ìtọ́wò rẹ o lè ṣe oúnjẹ alárinrin ní gbogbo ìgbà pẹ̀lú ọ̀ngà ohun ìsebẹ̀ aládùn ti Nàìjà tá a ṣe báyìí pẹ̀lú sóyà tiwantiwa fún èrè aṣaralóore rẹpẹtẹ.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Splash FM 105.5.
Thank you for being there with us on Splash 105.5 FM. We will be taking calls right now just to have you be part of our conversation this evening. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. In The Trouble with Nigeria, Tino Achebe addresses his country's problems. And he said, the trouble with Nigeria is simply and squarely a failure of leadership. There is nothing basically wrong with the Nigerian character. There is nothing wrong with the Nigerian land or climate or water or air or anything else. The Nigerian problem is the unwillingness or inability of its leaders to rise to the responsibility, to the challenge of personal example, which are the hallmarks of true leadership.
Wow.
How do you respond to that, Michael?
Yeah, so Chinua Achebe, the long and short of it is just that we are suffering from the malady of lack of visionary leadership, and that we'll never be able to. In fact, we'll never be able to get anywhere with the kind of leadership that we have. And that's a reflection. So, for instance, President Buhari was saying that before he became president, that he will sell off the aircraft in the presidential fleet. And he said that he would probably use, at a point the campaign was that they will use the aircraft to fly the Nigerian national carrier. But now, they want to buy.
All right, someone is there. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, guys. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah, just 1 minute, sir.
Concerning the... Okay.
Go ahead. You have just 1 minute now.
Okay. All right. I mean, what I'm saying is, my worry is that when we were facing issue back in this, I thought we were going to have something different from what we used to have in the past. Honestly, I thought it's a technocrat. I thought it's someone who will take government like the way you know it to be. Or probably have presidents direct company. But it's a total disappointment for me, honestly. From the way you are coming out of one, you thought you have had enough, you do another one again. I don't know why you guys are not talking about the DCS and now you've been taking over 50 million people. I thought a lot wisdom that I thought that I think people expect from him. I said, what these people tell us is that we should limit our expectation from anybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I mean, we will still talk about BCOS. It's something that we should talk about, really. The house that has been demolished there. Well, we need to get more facts, before we talk about any issue, actually. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Oluwaseun.
Good evening.
And the wise men over there.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
My name is Ilkoye Ladele from Iworo.
I hope you're feeling better now.
So I'm just convalescing on the bed. I want to borrow you one word that you have not been able to use. The word is executive recklessness. That is how to describe all these demolitions here and there. Not peculiar only to your state. You saw it in Imo State. You see it everywhere. It's executive recklessness. I'm so surprised that you are surprised when you play El Rufai's speech. If you just suppose that with President Muhammadu Buhari's Chatham House speech, I think at times you broadcaster, you need to forward these speeches back to them to let them hear what they say by themselves. I am never surprised about Nigerian politicians. Nigerian politicians are the most unreliable when it comes to relying on their word. They speak without thinking. They speak for fun. They speak just to make a speech. They speak to be heard by the people. They speak to be applauded. They speak even without their mind on what they are saying. They speak full of sound, but denying logics. They speak deceptive words and lie. It is common with them. So I'm so surprised that you are surprised. What El Rufai said, what many of them have said at one time or the other, you need to really send it back to them because it is always contrarily to how they are acting. And one would have expected that if things did not go as they expected, they will have given reasonable excuses to the people. But that is not what we see them do, but that we see them dancing around. Right. Dancing around.
Okay,
I have come to some conclusion. Let me drop with it.
Quickly.
I have said it, that 2023, we will be very, I don't have the word, if we go to poll. It is no time for election in Nigeria. It's time to decide Nigeria. And I have two advice on the issue of insecurity. One, a lot of people have echoed that, let them ask for foreign assistance. And the second, that a lot of people have not thought of, I am saying, and I keep repeating it, I've said it in your program sometimes, Oluwaseun, let us annex Nigeria to America for administrative purposes for 100 years.
Be talking about that. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your call this evening. Gentlemen, you had him.
Interesting. Our next show.
It's not some kind of commodity.
It's not. I mean it's a nation.
Loan with option to buy.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Sean.
Thank you for joining the conversation. How are you today?
Now, I'll be very quick. Now, I want to ask you a question.
Tell me your name first. My name is Oluwaseun.
Jide from the Calabar.
Welcome, Mr. Jide.
Now, I want to ask a question. NNPC not remitting money to FARC. Has it ever happened in the history of this country before? And if it has happened, what are the alternatives we took then?
All right, thank you. Keep listening and then we'll tell you. He wants to know whether there's news I read that NNPC will not remit anything. Has it ever happened before? And if it happened, what did we do? Yes. And that's what he was asking. We will let you know as we move on the program.
Remember that the NNPC account has not been audited in over 10 years. So what they remit us is what we know. We don't know how much they're generating. So we can't juxtapose how much NNPC is generating with what it is remitting. Because no forensic audit has been done in over 10 years.
Okay. Are you still there? Okay, he's gone. All right, we still want to hear from you as well. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. Those are the numbers that you can call. The corporation said the projection of remittance to the Federation account for the next 3 months have been sent to the office of the AGF, Accountant General. According to the AGF, is invited to note that the sum of 111 billion naira will be deducted from the April 2021 oil and gas proceeds due to the Federation in May 2021, which will translate to zero remittance to the Federation account from NNPC in the month of May. It does not mean they didn't make any money, but they're going to use whatever they have made
to pay for subsidy.
And Melekari had raised the alarm some time ago that the landing cost of the petrol, particularly the PMS, is becoming so high that they are under recovery, or what was it called, can no longer manage it.
NNPC has been I don't know the kind of word to use for NNPC anymore. Okay, I think the most appropriate one would be that it's been a liability to the Nigerian state. It's no longer. It has not been serving its purpose for a while now. It has. I think we might say is the most untransparent parastatal or department of government we have in Nigeria. And it is quite surprising that our cash cow is the least transparent. And, you know, what we depend on, maybe some 90% now, is the least transparent. So how is it, at some point, I could remember in 2017, I kept on asking the question, see, how are we even running this country? How have we been running it?
You know, why is the government not willing to sell off the refinery? This moribund...
There's something that needs to be done before you can actually set up the refinery. You need to do evaluation, And valuation can happen only after an audit.
You see, in 2020...
So how do you do a proper valuation of what you want to sell?
Now, in 2020... Okay. In 2020...
You have not been able to audit in 10 years.
Tunde, in 2020...
I might go audit for them.
Look, Tunde,
where is the will?
In 2020, Saudi Aramco,
Yes.
the world's biggest oil company, ended trading with a market value of $2 trillion.
Yes. Wow. Have you ever checked what Norway is doing with
I have
their oil?
not.
Oh, you should check. They have the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world. They have been exploiting oil for so long, they've never spent a kobo of the money.
How could NNPC run at a loss?
Each Norwegian, according to
how
Sovereign
believable
Wealth
is
Fund,
that?
has almost $200,000 in savings. With the sovereign wealth, each Norwegian has that. And you know why we can reel out these figures?
You can't compare our
You,
population.
no, you know, you know why we can reel out these figures?
Because
One, the figures are there. Two, audit is done. Three, there's some level of transparency, even if it is not 100%. You know, I was watching a documentary on that Aramco that you're talking about. They said every drop of oil from when it leaves the soil till it enters the fuel tank of a car is tracked.
Wow.
Go and check. The documentary is online.
And we have OML we have different OML that are not known.
Yes. So,
that are not accountable.
So from the day they get it off the ground
for,
till refining is done, till it is sold, it is tracked every step of the way. So they know how it is used. So what we're saying is, for NNPC, see, there's nothing NNPC tells us now. You know, we have to just take it because there's no alternative.
Okay.
It's like when your father comes home and says, "See, you people, there's no dinner tonight." Oh, what do you do?
Someone say, "Hello."
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm Tunde from Amuloko. I'm Tunde from Amuloko, please.
Welcome. Let's talk quickly.
Please, what I would like to thank you very much. Please, what I would like to say, Nigeria, we should be very, very careful. You see, the increase in prices of fuel. Imagine the production of when Dangote will commence. They are trying to fix the price of what they are going to sell in Nigeria. It's a divine way. They are playing a game on Nigeria. But we should be at alert and watch. May the Almighty God be with our nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your comments today. Somebody's asking, I know Michael explained it already. Somebody's asking here, does the rebuilding of the Governor's Lodge in Oyo State budget for 2021?
It's not in the budget. It's not in the budget.
It was discussed at State Executive Council meeting.
And then it was just like, I think we should do it. And then
we should do it.
And then they did it.
There is an arrangement with the private company.
That arrangement could have been made to build classrooms, could have been made to renovate schools, could have been made to put furniture in schools. What are we talking about? We are still going to pay it.
When they tell us about this model, it's fine.
Alternative
if
funding.
you are channeling it into something productive, something that adds value to the real sectors of our society, we are still going to pay.
It's not free.
Tunde, we need to underscore this thing. We need to underscore it. So you are a citizen of Nigeria. You are indigenous of your state. You make it sound like, okay, I'm going to from Kaduna, for instance, I'm going to Abuja, and then I miss my flight. That I could just stroll into that governor's lodge
and then
say I want to sleep there
because
you make it sound like it is everybody's property.
But everybody knows that's not the way it works.
So that's what I'm saying. So why don't you put it where my children can attend school?
Let's bring the figures.
So a building that I cannot enter with my tax money, you are building it with my tax money, or supposed, okay, you are building with my tax money, and then I cannot go there and sleep overnight if I miss my flight in Abuja. No, why don't you then put it where my children can attend school?
Michael is angry about not being able to.
Is it if they allow you to go sleep there, will it be okay?
No, I need you to understand.
Will it be okay if you are allowed to go sleep there?
The context of my conversation is that if it is not open to public use, the money is a waste.
Okay, how about this? It's 1.2 billion naira that we're putting into this now. What, in terms of value, does it bring to this or your state?
Legacy.
See, when you say legacy, is it intrinsic value that we're getting for it? Or what kind of value? Because at the end of I'm still asking, what is, if we spend 1.2 billion naira to equip laboratories in schools, we know what we will get exactly.
I think the logic is that if it benefits, if it adds value to the governor,
he has value to the state. At least he's our representative. There's somebody on Facebook. There's somebody on Facebook who is saying that Yinka Ologunsua is his name. He says, "What's the quality of the fuel we are subsidizing? It's the worst quality in the world, not usable in the Western world. This fuel subsidy is a scam as far as I am concerned until proven otherwise."
Thank you, Yinka Ologunsua, for your comment. I guess that's the last interaction we have to make here.
You're not buying waterlogged.
Tunde suffered from that before. I mean, he knows what he's talking about.
Are you the only person?
Is there anybody?
Waterlogged fuel.
And the quality of fuel, let's not talk about it.
I mean, and today also said one very, very
but it's the reality.
Criticism about our...
See, we are buying, we say we want to match international prices.
Yeah.
Let's match international quality now.
Naira for naira.
Isn't that simple?
Okay, Michael, your last statement, just a statement.
Citizens need to ask and engage. That's it.
Today.
Well, the governor of Kaduna State should team up with the federal government and do everything and anything possible to get the students of Greenfield University released. That's all I have to say.
And we don't want to have any of them killed again.
5 already gone.
Well, I'll come back to the government of Oyo State. The government of Oyo State needs to wake up to the insecurity situation in the state, in Ibadan as it were. In Bodija right now, if you drive around Bodija, almost every street is gated and locked completely. With that false sense of security, are we looking at safety? Because the last time gates burnt down, they said there wasn't access. If fire starts in Bodija, fire service may not have access. And that is a false sense of security when government security has failed.
I have to close. Michael, thank you for coming. Tunde Olawuwo and Tunde Onokoya, thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
You're very welcome.
My last statement will be, what will save Nigeria from cult of mediocrity in discipline, corruption, and insecurity? I'm Oluwaseun, I'm Akinola. May Nigeria survive.
Here is
105.5.
Accessing
105.5.
one station, all the hits.
105.5. Splash.
Splash FM 105.5.